Just a couple of housekeeping rules. Please put your mic on mute so we don't have outside noise interrupting our presentation. And then the other thing is, if you need to dial out of the training session, just be advised that this session is being recorded, and we have one other training session scheduled this month for 1/23 at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, we're gonna get started. Pre-planning and preparation, also known as 3P, is critical to the success of any project here at Velocity. This training will prepare you to execute 3P. As Benjamin Franklin said, by failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. During this training session, we will discuss the purpose of 3P and its processes, which also include risk matrix, 3P path, 3P dashboard, communication milestones, the S2V directory, VCS new customer onboarding, open air project setup, master project plan, meeting planner, information requests, and checklists. All right, let's get started. The purpose of 3P is to ensure a successful handoff to service delivery, in which we prepare and plan by assigning key resources, evaluating risks, establishing project timelines, budgeting and forecasting, developing effective communications, both internal and external, and planning for capacity. Demonstrated on this 3P workflow is green shapes representing deliverables, the red shapes representing actions, and the blue shapes represents communication. The 3P procedure document provides an overview of the 3P process and its deliverables. The procedure document lists the steps to process a 3P path. This document can be found on our intrasite for S2V. Scroll below 3P document. "3P documentation. Locating 3P folder can be found through two paths. One, via Google Drive. Simply type pre-planning preparation in your Google Drive, then select the pre-planning and preparation folder. Once you're in the folder, you can select the tool you need. The second pass is through the S2V intrasite, which is s2v.velocitycloud.com. Then click on S2V Kits and Process. And from here, you find your 3P module. The 3P process plan document, as seen in this snapshot, provides a list of predefined tasks and the number of days per task that is based on the project risk matrix. The 3P plan also includes links to supporting templates and documents, for example, agendas, how-to documentations, and forms. As you can see, columns B is the description of the task, column C is the owner of the task, columns D and I are links to how-to documents, agendas, and forms, and then columns E through H are the levels we have for risk matrix, and each of the corresponding days is the amount of days you need to complete each task. This brings us to the 3P risk matrix slide. Understanding the level of risks provides a guideline for the best way to proceed with pre-planning and preparation process. Risk is determined in the 3P executive meeting and is measured using 4 criteria. Monthly recurring revenue, whether or not the customer is new, the priority level, and finally the urgency to get the work completed. By scoring each of these areas, we can assign a risk score. In the example provided, we're given an MRR of 45,000. This is a new customer. The priority level is high and the urgency is medium. First, you're going to plug in your MRR, the status of the customer, priority level, and the urgency. By adding the corresponding scores, we will have to determine the risk score. Once the risk score has been determined, we can decide on the best 3P path. The paths provide timelines for completing key milestones. Potential exceptions could be renewals, extensions, and usage increases. Let's use the risk score from our risk matrix example in the previous slide. In our example, the risk score was 12. Looking at the paths, silver, gold, platinum, and titanium, we discover that that platinum is the best path. The table to the right of your screen represents timelines and approaches for completing key milestones. The 3P dashboard is a tool that allows for project tracking and shows 3P requirements and project risks, provides the names of key resources, highlights the contract, and links it right back to the full document in Salesforce.com. Exceptions are projects that fall under turn work. Now that we understand the 3P path process, let's look at the communication milestones. We have 5 types of communication meetings. Each meeting helps facilitate project needs. So the next few slides will discuss types of meetings and their purpose. The executive 3P meeting is the first communication milestone and driven by the sales team. It is scheduled and held within 48 hours of the Salesforce.com notification. The meeting's intent is to introduce key participants, identify high-level risks, calculate risk score, confirm high-level expectations, budget, and define requirements. The sales to service delivery handoff meeting is the second communication milestone. This meeting ensures a successful handoff from sales team to the service delivery team. This meeting sets the groundwork and signals that a CPM and PM have taken ownership of the project. Key agenda items are financial terms, objective, scope and approach, deliverables, and next steps. Project Team 3P meeting is the third communication milestone. This meeting is held by the project manager who introduces the project team and project objectives. Agenda items are scope, approach, deliverables, timeline, provisioning requirements, as well as unique project needs. The Client 3P meeting is the fourth communication milestone. This forum introduces project leaders, reviews high-level timelines, milestones, and it sets expectations. The meeting provides a foundation to build from. Agenda items include introducing the delivery team leaders and project manager, confirms high-level timeline expectations, sets expectations like meeting planner, information requests, kickoff meeting and presentation, as well as next steps. The project kickoff meeting concludes the 3P process. All the information is gathered and incorporated and shared. This is critical phase to the startup year path of success. The next few slides will cover systems and templates, speed to value directory, VCS new customer onboarding, open air project setup, and shared templates like master project plan, meeting planner, information requests, and checklist template. The STV directory is a critical element and should be used by all project managers for new projects, amendments, contracts, extensions, and it can be combined with existing project directories. There are 2 critical steps. One is to add the STV directory folder to My Drive within Google. And the second step is to copy and paste the STV directory using your Google local drive. The directory is created and maintained by project managers. It's a project repository that can be accessed by all, should be organized by customer name, and each project will have folders for each project stage. The new customer onboarding process is key. The customer must be added to VCS. This tracking tool provides customers the ability to add incidents and requests, provides a location to store customer information, and should be entered prior to project kickoff. For more information, visit 3P Google Drive page. Open Air project setup is managed by the finance team. All projects in Open Air will be created by the finance department. Finance will add the project owner and billing information. Finance notifies project owner of setup completion. The project owner will add additional information. A full demonstration of this process can be found in the Open Air Project Setup training module. The master project plan is a live document. It will help organize, track, and update activities through the progression of the project. This template can be found on the STV intrasite as well as the STV directory. The meeting planner template will help orchestrate communication plans. Key meetings and resources are scheduled in advance. It also allows for preparation before sessions, and it sets expectations for status calls. The information request template is one of the several document exchanges during project planning. The information request document is to establish preliminary access. The information is collected and used to prepare and maximize team workshops. The checklist highlights the critical items of the 3P plan. This document is designed as a project artifact and should be saved in the project folder. Only one checklist is needed per project, and ownership of the checklist belongs to sales, the project manager, and the PMO department. This concludes our session for today. Are there any questions, feedback, and/or concerns with today's presentation? Okay, if you prefer to send emails offline, please send them to the address listed on this slide. The recorded session will be available on our PMO website tonight. I will also be following up with a questionnaire sent out to you individually. If you can take 5 minutes of your time to answer the multiple choice questions, this will just help us understand what areas we need to train better in, or other areas that we need to either improve, processes, and so on. Other than that, thank you very much for dialing in. Hope you enjoyed our presentation. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks a lot. Take care.